And I will enjoy, like, how long is it? 25 minutes at least of the Nordschleife with this car, but at least this time around we're slightly faster. Thanks to some upgrades. Hold on. Yeah, we have a turbo now, I heard it. Yep. Well, it makes sense for this car to have a turbo also. And sadly, even this race won't be enough to fully tune this, but at least we're doing this because this is a good way to grind points. We just lost some of them in the beginning there. Every time I touch a car, go off track, or touch a wall, we lose some of those upgrade points that were available. So you gain the upgrade points by distance. The longer the race, the more you'll get, but every time you have those entry point infringements, they are deducted from the total. Which means if you don't drive clean, then you'll take forever tuning the car. And that's why the easiest way to tune is to go to the speedway, the not the oval. I guess it's an oval, but either way, the easiest track. And because it's already quite long, you'll get those kilometers quite automatically. But yeah, once we have finally tuned this car, we'll try the R32. At least try it, if not fully tune it. We'll see if I even end up liking the way it drives. But at least it's way shorter than this, so could be enjoyable. Also, I love how we're having an actual fight against the skyline here. Gap's pretty much the same. So this might not be such a boring endurance after all. So we have someone to fight. And if I go for an overtake, you'll see what I mean about the AI being aware. But I won't force an overtake, I'll only go for it once we have a chance, once we're close enough. But yeah, this is a pleasant surprise. Having a not so boring Nordschleife race. We're staring at the other R32's ass. Are we beating him already here? No, we're about the same. But I don't dare to go for an overtake there. He's slowly picking up the pace more than I will. Yeah, let's hope that the R32 doesn't oversteer. I actually hope that it will oversteer instead of understeer. But yeah, I'm ever so slightly faster, but because it's Nordschleife, I can't easily pull a move without hitting him. So must be very careful. I want to make it clean. So this race is a bit more interesting to watch. And not just get it over with the pass and just disappear. I kinda need to know where the best opportunities are. Sometimes he just slows down unexpectedly. But at least AI in their peak here are better than Gran Turismo 4 and the pace car. So they're not that terrible at least. Yes, they are kinda cruising, but not as hard as the pace car. But yeah, I'm really surprised how even we are, like... I'm not easily faster. I'm a teeny tiny bit faster, but... Well, let's find out if we can do the move on the back straight. Because I think the Skyline actually picks up the pace a little later into the acceleration, like relative to mine. He picks up the speed way later. Because I was catching up to him on the one straight away, but then he pulled away. Finally. Because he has slightly better handling, he got away there. And obviously the slipstream helps getting closer, but let's see if we even get close for the start of the straight. Yeah, the AI is actually going kind of faster on that turn. Well, let's see who is faster, Volvo or Nissan. But I do have the slipstream, so that obviously helps, but... Let's see. Yeah, we're not really catching him that much. Very slowly inching closer. 270 thanks to the slipstream. Almost 280. Without the slipstream we wouldn't have gotten anywhere close. But yeah. We can't even pull a move there, so we're gonna be chasing him all the way to the end. Let's see how he'll handle the first corner though, because they always dive bomb at the start of the race. Oh, okay. For lap 2 he's normal. That's good. Just don't know why on the first lap they do that. Sometimes it's really annoying when you start first because you have the weaker car and then they dive bomb into you. You have no time to get out of the way. I'm not gonna lie, this is like one of the funnest races I've ever had. And I know that's not a real word, but you don't often get to have a fight like this. It's so even. And because the track is tight, it's hard to pull a move. Again, I want to do it clean. So we have to be extremely close to pull one off. And obviously if we didn't have the upgrades we wouldn't stand a chance. Because it's already very close with the upgrades, so without them I think I would be in major trouble. I mean, the Skyline's not a racing car. It's just a high-tier sports car, I guess. And you can't even race against racing cars and sports cars. But yeah, obviously for this track you need a weaker car to have a good fight, but I've never gotten anything like this before. The fight has never dragged out this long, of course. Usually Nordschleife is only one lap, but even then I've passed them somewhere in the lap. But this is going all the way to the flag. It would be epic to pull the move at the end of the back straight, but you saw how close it was, and I need to pretty much do that perfectly to get alongside him without touching him. To obviously keep the suspense and keep it fair. More interesting that way. Yeah, this is not as easy as you think. The car is not that fast, but it's heavy and it's four-wheel drive, so driving optimally is a bit of a pain. I might easily misjudge braking points. Brakes are the one thing that don't get upgraded with the car. Three aspects are weight, power and tires. But obviously better tires and less weight will improve the braking, but you will still feel the brakes just as they were on level 1. You know that they're not that good, so tires and weight won't make a huge difference. A noticeable, yeah, but then you also have more power, so when you're coming faster to the braking points, you might not even notice the difference. It seems like they're the same just because of the approach speed. And he obviously is not letting me by because I'm not that close, but if I was doing a dive bomb, then the AI would actually react and move out of the way. So it's not like they give positions for free, but they are aware of your presence once you come close enough. Like there, he kinda swerved because he knew I was there. He was about to take the normal racing line and then he was like, oh wait, the human player is there. So that's one thing I love about the AI, much better than GT4 when it comes to racing. Not pace, but racing. So in GT4 they just don't know the fact that you're there too. You're literally just air to them. They drive their programmed racing line and they never like differ from it. Hell, the AI in GT4 is even terrible when it comes to overtaking. Even when I was doing the B-spec mode and commanded the AI driver to overtake, he still smashed into the back of the car ahead before actually pulling off a successful move. I'm not saying the AI doesn't do that in this game either, but GT4's AI is just lazy. They put so much effort into everything else in the game, but AI is pretty weak. But then again, it's pretty hard to program, especially with so many different cars in the game. Pretty much almost a unique one for every car. Almost. Maybe they just use a few bases and then adjust for different cars. Yeah, it's hard to get close to him here because he gets such a good exit. And even if I get alongside him here, it's gonna be really hard going through that left kink side by side at this speed with this car. And with any car it would be hard because of the way transfer goes in this game. You just lose control basically. Well, it's like that in GT4 as well, but a little different. Yeah, holy shit, 280. This thing goes. I'm glad we chose this race now. I was expecting to just cruise without having any AI interaction, but here we are. Where the hell do I pull the move? It's the last lap. Need to think of something. Didn't want to go there. I'm too scared to go too close to him because I don't know what he'll do. And he might not leave me enough room and you know that stuff. Interesting race though. Easily the most interesting I've ever had for all the hours I've played. This is by far the best battle I've had with the AI. And yeah, see, he swerved out of the way because I was dive bombing. But we obviously won't accept that move. I just merely braked too late. I never intended to pull that dive bomb. It's very easy to forget what car you're driving when you're racing against the skyline. Driving a heavy ass Volvo. Like, I think that's not only the cornering, but I'm losing against the skyline because of my brakes. If my brakes were better, I would be a lot closer to him constantly. Obviously, if you have to brake so much earlier than the skyline, then it obviously hurts. And my acceleration's not that much better, so I can't, you know, suddenly come back from the bad brakings. But man, we're almost halfway done with the lap. So it's like we have to get the best possible exit out of the corner before the back straight and just hope we get close enough. On the first lap we were a lot closer, thanks to getting more slipstream. The last time we were just too far away. Is this it? Is he gonna give me enough respect? Well, he doesn't need to because he's pulling away because of the acceleration I was about to say. Then he sort of slowed down. But yeah, we're halfway done with the lap now. There are not many opportunities left, and the best one is at the very end. And even then, where the hell do I pass? I have worse brakes too, so I have to brake earlier than him. And then unless he's sufficiently behind, he will stick behind, but if we're like still racing alongside, then I think he'll take the lead again. Coming at such a high speed, like 280 with my car, bad brakes, you know it's gonna end well. I have to be really cautious for the end part. Don't want to touch him. Yeah, obviously no way getting past here. I was alongside, but corners coming up kind of, you know, left me no choice but to backtrack. Not enough room for us two. I have a feeling that we'll lose this race, but we have to watch this until the very end. There might be a surprise in store at the very end. Clean overtake, which feels satisfying as hell. But yeah, that's pretty much our only shot left. No possibilities on these turns here. He went very slowly there. Like, yeah, this is what I mean. Like, most of the time the AI is pretty good and decent with driving, but then they have these specific corners where they go very hesitantly, so I don't know if that's just their laziness on the programming part, or if they thought that giving you a few opportunities, you know, fixed places where you're automatically faster than the AI, as a form of rubber banding, since there is none. That's like the alternative or something. Anywho, this is like the decisive moment here. You have to get really close here or it's all over. We got quite close underneath. And I would just hope that we have more performance here. We have to be like significantly closer to have any chance. This is crazy. I hit him. Yeah, it's over. I think he left me just enough room, but it's so hard to judge the, you know, spatial awareness and everything. It's so hard, especially when you're in a controller. But yeah, at least that race was interesting. I would have won if I had better brakes. But going 280 there, then having rubbish brakes, I had no choice but to let him